Welcome back to Misery Sports Co., the only organization fully committed to auditing fan suffering.
Where we don't measure wins and losses, we measure expectation volatility and emotional return on investment.
Hope remains a high-risk asset. Disappointment remains a fixed income product, Trevor.
Indeed. Good thing we don't measure wins and losses. Thank you for joining us for another weekly review of our heartbreak. Before we open the books, let's hear a word from our exciting first sponsor. This next segment of the Misery Sports Co. podcast is brought to you by the Double Rims at the Park. Think you're making that shot? No, you're not. That shit's bouncing 20 feet away. Doesn't matter. Go ahead and hold the follow through. It's not helping with Double Rims at the Park.
Hey, but when you hit that nothing but net shot and it goes in, just goes dong.
Yeah. Or you hear the chain rattle. I loved playing on chain nets. That was the best.
Oh, yeah.
Hard to find, but
That's
so
old school.
satisfying. Yeah. Feels good.
That. Well, thank you for the sponsorship. It's time now to open the books. Welcome to the weekly performance review. Here we evaluate execution, leadership, and late game decision making, along with overall emotional impact across the marketplace.
Grades will be signed. Accountability is encouraged. Let's open the books and begin this audit. Zach, I don't have a lot this week, thank goodness, because there hasn't been too much excitement out of my sports teams. The Stars have been on a nice Olympic break. Shout out to the men. More to come on them later. Shout out. Good job, men.
USA.
And women. Double gold. Let's go. 2 for 2, baby. 2 for 2. So that's been good. Mavericks have been trash. We just snapped a 10-game losing streak.
Let's go, baby.
The Anthony Davis trade has just, I don't know, turned my brain into mush. I feel insane now. So I flipped on the game the other night, or maybe highlights, and I'm watching Marvin Bagley, I'm watching Chris Middleton, I'm watching a bunch of other scrubs I don't know because a lot of our players are hurt, including Cooper Flagg, who's in a walking boot. Like, what is this team? What have they done?
That's NBA champion Chris Middleton.
It is.
Put respect on
I
his
listen.
name.
I like Chris Middleton, but if you told me last January that I would be here watching Chris Middleton and Marvin Bagley on my team, and honestly cheering on the losses because we need that draft spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we are.
Looks like a good draft, though. I mean, there's like
It
3 or
is
4
deep.
studs.
It is deep. And if people decide that they're out on the Kansas kid because he might not be all in with basketball, I'm here to tell you, if we move up in the draft, I'm ready to take that flyer, baby. You don't love basketball? Neither do I that much, but it's fine. Just play a little bit. What
Take
else?
our money.
Yeah. What can we give you? I don't care. And who else? Oh, big news though, Zach. Guess what? This is a hallmark. If there was like a rule book or a playbook, a protocol, what have you, for teams in Misery Sports Co., it would be every few years when morale is low, you know what time it is. A jersey rebrand. It's time for new ones, baby. So we are allegedly coming out with new jerseys here next month, like mid-March. And we're supposedly going to the baby blues from the Oilers.
Oh, for the Titans?
Be our primary.
Okay.
That's going to be our primary. Remains to be seen what the rest of it looks like, but there's nothing like it, man. Just like, forget the on-field product. Check out these shiny new jerseys. Woo!
Unless you're the Cleveland Browns and you get into a partnership with Nike and it becomes the worst jerseys of like the 2010s. Do you remember that? We were like Oregon, but horrible.
It was exciting that they were trying things, but was that the one where like it was the word Browns in a weird font?
Yes, it was weird fonts. They like highlighted it and it was like shadows on the jerseys. And they had different combinations and they're like, oh, it's going to be brown right on top in orange pants and all this stuff. I was like, dude, we're 0-16. No one cares. Thanks for tweeting that out. Love it.
It's a perfect time for New Jersey's 0-6. That's a perfect time. So that's what's going on in my neck of the woods. How about your earners this week?
Not too much on this side as well. So the Cleveland Browns, they hired a defensive coordinator. Couldn't tell you what his name is. He looks like Kevin Stefanski's long lost brother. It's kind of like he put on a hat and some sunglasses. So come aboard. You're welcome. We'll you and I will have more about the draft and kind of the future of those teams here in the near future with our episodes. But got a lot to talk about fixing that team. The biggest focus right now on my end has been Ohio State basketball, which has been tough. I was looking this up. So the NCAA has this thing called net rating where they try to rate every single team based upon a few criteria, and Ohio State's 37th, right? So you're right on the bubble. Typically like the top 40-45 teams get into the tournament, and then there's locks with everybody who wins their conference tournaments to make the 68. But when you look at their records, so they break it into quad 1, 2, 3, and 4 based on the team, how good they are, home, away, whatever the case might be. Quad 2 to 4, Ohio State is 17-1 against quad 2 through 4. Gracious. They are versus quad 1 0-9.
0-9?
Yeah, it's bad. Every single time they have an opportunity to win a big game, they were
that
up.
Wisconsin one was a quad 1.
Nope. They were up double digits against Virginia. They ended up losing that one by 4. They lost this weekend. Poor Bruce Thornton.
Oh my god!
Went for 30 plus points. They ended up losing by 6. It is rough, and I keep watching, Trevor, and I'm like, I've seen this movie for the last 4 years, but I'm gonna keep watching it.
Yes.
It's a Misery Sports Co. classic.
There's some guy on Twitter who's very loud, and he's always screaming that Calipari wanted to come to Ohio State, and instead we signed John Diebler's. Have we figured this out? Is it cousin, brother? I never remember. It's not his dad, because it's his brother. Yeah. Is that a thing? Did Cal actually want to come after he left Kentucky? I never heard that.
I think he would have talked to us, but ultimately he had connections to Arkansas, and Arkansas just has money. Like we've talked about it. NIL, like the Buckeyes are actually not great in terms of basketball. They're in the bottom half of the Big Ten in terms of spending. So name of the game is money, even in basketball. And so if Ohio State's not going to spend, if your team, if you're listening to us and your team is not spending, it just puts you up against the 8 ball. Like you're just in a tough spot.
Yep. And they play in the coldest, most sterile arena.
Oh, yeah.
It's the worst.
It's like a cavern. It just goes out. It's great for concerts.
For sure.
It's horrible for games.
Awesome. Yeah. It's so bad. So bad. Yeah. Oh, well, that's tough. All right. That does it. That wraps up this week's evaluation. Some organizations are stabilizing, not the ones that we're familiar with, but the ones we know are probably entering restructuring.
Yeah, no, there wasn't a lot of bright spots for that segment, but we are going to go to the mailroom, and before we do that, we are going to thank another sponsor. Have you ever looked at the depth chart and thought, I could run this back one more time? Apply for Eternal Eligibility Fellowship, specializing in medical red shirts, pandemic clauses, and quote-unquote unprecedented circumstances. Because nothing says leadership like being 24 and still mentoring 18-year-olds on dorm etiquette. What are we doing, Trevor?
I don't even know. The whole system's broken, and that is part of it. You just got your 9th year of eligibility. What?
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't know what we're doing either, but thank you. That sounds like a great fellowship, and you should definitely apply. And thank you for your sponsorship this week. As Zach said, let's step into the mailroom, where optimism, outrage, and overreaction arrive daily. Our staff has sorted through this week's submissions, and we heard about it. They did not do it with a smile on their face, but they did it.
We had to make some cuts unapologetically.
Sorry. We have one instrument.
Well, that's an apology.
The skeleton.
We don't apologize.
You just said don't. Let me rewind that. I'm not sorry. We have one tool for this corpse of a company, and it's the scalpel, and we will be cutting off organs. All right. Not sorry. That's my official position. Sorry about that, but I'm not sorry.
Well, to start out the mailroom, I have one tweet this week. And I know that you've mentioned him in the past. It's Mr. Eric Collins. He is
my gosh.
announcer for Charlotte, and he
great.
is just out of his mind right now.
He's so
LaMelo Ball is just a walking heat check. He's throwing everything up. So in this game, they're crushing the Wizards. Shocker.
Sure.
And LaMelo's like off 1 foot, hitting crazy 35-footers. So here's Eric Collins in his prime.
But I found PJ Hall will rebound. LaMelo! Oh, my word. Yes! What a quarter for the kid! No one's allowed to shoot except for LaMelo. You can do it from 50 feet away if you want to, kid. It's going up! Yes! The best third quarter ever!
Oh, he's so good. He sets himself up.
I love his passion. Yeah. I just love his passion. It's a little over the top, but I'm here for it. I would take that all day over some of the sterile stuff you get for some of the other regional coverage.
That's what I'm saying. And like, people are out here trying to convince me that Gus Johnson is bad for football. You can miss me with that. I will take Gus and Mr. Collins all day, every day. I want that passion. I want it.
No doubt. Well, Trevor, what do you got in the mailroom?
A couple quick entries. I didn't get to this one, but after the Super Bowl win, Chris Carter tweeted out, "Hell of a win by Seattle, and congratulations to Sam Darnell." And it's still up. It was from January 25th. It didn't get taken down. It's still there. I just wanted to make sure we got that on the record because I love it. I love it when old athletes tweet. But
don't even care. They just lean into it. They're like,
yeah,
Sam Darnold, whatever.
Somebody was like, "That's not what that means." I don't care. But I came across this one. I didn't get to play it, but I came across this when we were talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars several weeks ago. And this is from, it looks to be sometime in the early 2000s. I wish I had like a specific time this came from. But it looks like a time when Jacksonville was on Hard Knocks. And this is a pregame ritual from a lineman. And so to set the stage, because you'll get to watch it, but for our listeners, giant lineman. And then let me share this. As you can see, like a normal looking strength trainer, human person just standing here. So that's kind of the picture. And the lineman is going to ask him to do something and you're going to hear it.
Oh, Joe, that ain't even good.
Hold on. Don't crap yourself. Oh no, why is it reloading? It knows I'm playing something great. Okay. So to reset, he's right before the clip starts, he's asked his strength and conditioning coach or trainer or whoever to slap him in the face. Okay. That's not personally how I get pumped up, but it is how this man gets pumped up. So you're going to hear him get slapped in the face and it's not good enough.
Oh, Joe, that ain't even good enough. Come on, Joe. Ah, thank you, baby. Thank you. You're making blood come from my damn mouth. That's what I'm talking about, baby. You got to make blood come through the mouth. You can't just smack me and don't hit me hard. That's bullshit. When you hit a mother, you hit that mother. Let's kick their ass, mother. Kick their ass. Let's go.
It's the
What
most
in the world?
It's the most Terry Crews thing I've ever seen. Very office linebacker. Yeah. So thank you for dudes posting their dubs for sharing that with me. It's one of my favorite clips I've ever seen.
That is phenomenal. It was
Yeah.
just a small man trying to slap another guy who wanted to get slapped.
Yeah. Just a normal you, but he's like, no, that's not good enough. How are you gonna hit me? That's not bam, thank you. That's what I needed. I needed to bleed in my mouth. And then we'll tweet it out. We'll put it on the website, but it's such a he walks then through the tunnel into the where the rest of the guys are, and everybody's getting pumped. And that's when he lets out that primal. One of my favorite clips of all time. So glad I got to share it. So there you go.
Great submission. That concludes this week's correspondence. We appreciate the passion, but question the optimism.
Yes, please continue submitting those responsibly. We will get to them when we can. And again, no apologies. No apologies are given. Before we step in into the Office of Moral Victories, let's hear from our next sponsor. This next segment is brought to you by the Get Back Coach Union. Hey, Get Back coaches, you're putting yourself on the line every freaking week, and for what? So you might get run over. So the head coach might give you an elbow when he doesn't want to get back, but it's your job to help him get back, but he doesn't want to get back, but there's a camera showing you to help him get back, and that's what he needs to do. Join our union. You know what? We're in a first. I'm just gonna stop and say we're not accepting this sponsorship because I'm worried about the mixed messaging. I just realized that
This freaking unions, man.
yeah. Now, I'm not reading the rest of this ad read because, frankly, I don't want any pro-union talk getting around the mailroom, especially.
The one employee left is trying. He's trying his best.
We've got him
We haven't let
convinced
him
he
unionize.
won't have quorum, even though he's the one member. So thank you to nobody for funding this. Out.
We will not accept your money,
Nope.
but we will go into the Office of Moral Victories. Results remain objective while interpretation remains flexible, Trevor. So let's honor this week's recipients. My
Let's do it.
employees of the week are Bodo Glimt. Bodo Glimt, BODO / GLIMT.
I'm sorry. Is that our mailroom employee?
This is, it
Who is
might as
this?
well be. They knocked Inter Milan out of the Champions League playoff.
It's a whole team? I thought
Bodo Glimt. It might as well. Bodo Glimt's in the basement. He's sorting our mail. He just
letters.
came out and knocked out Inter Milan. And this
Do
is
we know where
this
Bodo is from?
So I did some research because I was like, what the hell is Bodo Glimt? It sounds like a Lord of the Rings
Yeah, it
like
does.
enemy or something.
Yeah, it does.
They're from Elite Serien, so it's Norway's top professional league. Norway,
Okay.
of all places. Never would have guessed that.
No.
So congrats to Bodo Glimt.
Nice one, Bodo. Yeah. Bodo Glimt. All right. That's an all-timer. I can guarantee we've never had Bodo Glimt on the show before. My employee of the week is none other than star defenseman for your Columbus Blue Jackets, Zach Werenski, who set up
Let's go.
the game-winning gold medal clinching goal for the United States men's hockey team at the Olympics. He just dummied Nathan McKinnon. I mean, Nathan McKinnon had a chance to move this puck out of the zone in overtime. Werenski just bodied him, just sunned him, sent it over, and the rest is history. And it's always fun when somebody making a big play in the Olympics is from your hometown. So congratulations to our boy, Zach Werenski.
So I thought it was interesting in that game, Trevor, in overtime, right? 3v3, which is wild for
Yeah.
a gold medal game. I felt like, and I swore, every time Canada got the puck, they were subbing in Connor McDavid. Like they would just cycle through every single
Reload.
line
Reload.
until he got the puck and then it was just go. It was 3 or 4 times. So I was like, what is this? Just like a NBA one-on-one scrimmage or something.
Yes, it's not fair. And I will say, as a Dallas Stars fan, this will surprise nobody. I think personally, if Canada had thrown out Thomas Harley and gotten him some looks in 3-on-3, Thomas Harley has like 4 overtime game-winning goals as a defenseman. Like that is his thing. He is so good at overtime. And I did not go back and check this. I did not see him out there. Now Canada's stacked. I get it. When you have people like Werenski, like you're going to let them get longer shifts, but you didn't play the Dallas Star and look what happened.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? But shout out to our boy, Zach Werenski. And congrats to Bodo. Bodo
Glimt.
Glimt. Can't be a
Put some
real word.
respect on that name.
Bodo Glimt. Oh my gosh. The scoreboard may disagree. The narrative department, it remains productive. We're writing our own narratives here. Spin zone, baby. Before we head out to the briefest of deep dives, Zach, who's our next sponsor?
Let's see. Have you ever wanted to grind XP on Call of Duty while also casually preparing for an NFL defense? Welcome to Kyler Murray's dual screen development camp, where film study pauses for respawns, progressions are optional, but loadouts are elite. Why read a blitz when you can read patch notes? Kyler Murray's dual screen development. Because multitasking is a mindset, Trevor. It's a mindset.
He's just got his iPad up in a team meeting and it's just patch notes. Oh, they're nerfing the MF4 one. You guys believe this? That sounds like a great program. We've had a couple great programs. Fellowship and that's excellent. Thank you for your sponsorship dollars. It is now time for the deep dive where we zoom out from the chaos, look at some patterns, and try and find some long-term sustainability. And we're not gonna. We'll try, but let me just go ahead and pop that bubble. That's not happening tonight. You know, I thought because of the Olympics and the amazing time that we all had watching hockey, I had to stay in hockey, right? Had to.
Okay.
And I looked at the standings, and I don't think it can get better than deep diving on the Canucks because they are in last place. They are trash. We've talked about the Ottawa Senators. And so I thought, who do I want to talk about? And tonight we're going to briefly talk about one of the forgotten, adored, beloved franchises, the Atlanta Thrashers. Do you remember the Atlanta Thrashers, Zach?
I do not.
Okay.
Atlanta Thrashers.
So they came into the league a year before the Blue Jackets. So the NHL had this plan. We're going to expand. We're going to do it with 4 teams. We're going to do it over 3 years. So first, and I had this order completely wrong. I did not remember this. First came the Nashville Predators. They get to go first. So they're in like 96 or 7. And then the next year is the Atlanta Thrashers. And then the next year, they do both the Minnesota Wild and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Somehow, well, that is subjective. I was going to say somehow the Blue Jackets came out with the worst deal. But it depends how you view the Thrashers, because the Preds have been fine. They suck now, but they've been fine. They went to a Stanley Cup final. Vibes are good. We're throwing catfish out onto the ice. Nashville Predator games are a blast. I went and watched the Stars play down there. I cannot recommend it enough. It is an absolute blast.
Okay.
Minnesota Wild are very good. Passionate fans up there. It's basically like the Browns getting the Browns back because the Stars stole the North Stars, and so they got their team back. So that's good vibes. The Thrashers were really trying to break into that Southeast United States market. And so They were named the Thrashers because the state bird of Georgia is, of course, the brown thrasher. Of course. It is not an especially intimidating bird, but Thrasher sounds pretty badass. Like, that's a cool name. And apparently it's because of a bird. I always thought that it was maybe just a contest and some folks won. So they get a hockey team. It's unsurprisingly owned by Ted Turner, who also owns the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Hawks at the time. So this dude's just, you know, the TBS mogul, like the Turner Broadcasting.
I was
going
to
to
ask, yeah,
yes.
is it connected to that? Okay.
Yep. And so he's got cash on cash. The problem is that the Thrashers become the afterthought of his enterprises. So they burn bright, not especially pretty, but they fizzle out pretty quick because he's not dedicating the funds that they needed to be competitive. So when you look at the Atlanta Thrashers history, we're only around from, they started, their first season was in 99, the 99-2000 season. And by 2011, they are done. So
yikes.
We burned real bright for 11, 12 years, and then we got out of Dodge. So I think this goes back. We've had some other teams that we've looked at to where they've just had heartbreak because you get attached to these teams and then they just leave. We looked at, you know, the Hornets and Pelicans situation. We've looked at some others too, where teams leave and like, what are you supposed to do with that, right? The Raiders move from God almighty,
Oakland,
Oakland,
LA.
thank you, Oakland.
Yeah, all of them.
Now they're in Vegas. So this is another situation because the Thrashers actually moved. So they still exist, but they're a different team now. They are actually the Winnipeg Jets now. So that is even though there were the Winnipeg Jets before, this is an expansion. They exist currently as an expansion team made in 99 and then moved up north of the border for the 2011-2012 season. And I remember that year, everybody being really excited that they were like switching back, but like bummed for the Thrashers. The Thrashers are kind of like this meme organization of like, you know, it's funny to be to see like a Thrashers jersey, or it's funny to talk about like, I'm still a Thrashers season ticket holder. It's become kind of a joke, and for good reason. During their time from 99 to 2011, they only made the postseason once. It was in 06-07, and they promptly got swept by the Rangers, even though they won their division. They won the Southeast divisions in hockey. Now they matter, which I got some hot takes on that if anybody wants some hot takes. But it used to be just top 8 in the West, top 8 in the East, and you go to the playoffs. They were good enough to win their division in 06-07, but then unfortunately they got swept. They went through some stuff, so not to bring the room down, but some not great things happened. They had a really good player, Danny Heatley, and like a young up and coming star forward. And after, when was this? I think this was in 03. Yeah, so in 03, when ownership changes a little bit, so it's no longer under Turner's control, it's with a bigger group, and there was optimism like maybe this will help. It didn't, but maybe it would. Heatley is writing, and this is in like September, so it's like before the season starts. He's driving his Ferrari, and his teammate, a fourth line center, Dan Snyder, is in the car, and he crashes his Ferrari. They both have terrible injuries, and then Snyder dies 5 days later from his injuries. awful, tragic situation. Eatley tore his ACL, MCL, had, broken jaw, just really bad injuries, not to mention like the trauma that comes with that. It was such a bad accident that they were thinking about bringing charges for negligent homicide, that kind of thing. They eventually dropped those, but understandably, I would say the next year he's like, I can't be here anymore. Like, I don't want to be, this is all too much to take in, like living in the same place where this happened. Like, I need to be traded. So they did trade him. And they randomly traded him for Marian Hossa. Yeah, great player. And they have a young Kari Lettinen. I don't know if you remember Kari Lettinen. He played for the Stars. He's a goalie. He played for the Stars for like 10 years. And in my mind, we drafted him, but he was actually a Thrashers pick and played a few really good years for them. They make the playoffs and unfortunately get swept. So you have a lot of stuff happening here why fans are miserable. Unstable ownership. You're not spending the money you need to be competitive. Or playoff droughts. That's always a hallmark of the teams that we talk about. And then on top of it all is like personal tragedy at like the peak when everything is going super well. Like off the field stuff can absolutely deter and ruin a season like nothing else. You could think everything's going great. We've somehow avoided injury bugs, but then something off the field happens. Your star player gets in trouble for this, that, the other. Something happens and it's just dashed.
Yeah. And their logo is horrific. I mean, it is like Charlotte Bobcat level. I'm looking at this thing. It's like blue and orange, and it's like a bird with a stick. It's bad.
And I never understood. I was like, that's such a cool name, but like, why is there a bird with a stick? And it's because of the state bird.
I'm
and
gonna
like,
thrash you.
Their alternate is like the bird doing like a T, and it's just as bad. Like all of them are bad, and not in a fun way. So they last 10 years. They have some really good players come through. Ilya Kovalchuk, very, very good player. Oh, by the way, that guy that was like got in the car accident and he needed to get traded, the next 2 years for Ottawa, he had over 100 points. Like,
oh my word.
So
jeez.
You had to go watch him have a very good career with Ottawa. Sad about that. And then in 2010, 2011, you got to say goodbye. I do have a consolation prize for you, Atlanta. Guess what you got to keep? The naming rights to the Thrashers for if hockey ever comes back. So,
wow.
Congratulations. Yeah, you at least have that. But Atlanta hockey fans, if you're out there, if you have somehow found us, I just want you to know you're welcome here. And I'm sorry for that heartbreak that you had to go.
That's tough. That's tough, especially with a city that size, right? You would think you would get enough support and enough buzz. Like, obviously, they got basketball, football, Falcons, Hawks, even the Braves, like you mentioned. Yeah, I mean, you should be able to get enough. That's tough. And to be invested, too. I can't imagine being invested for 15 years, and all of a sudden it's just like, well, I don't have a team to root for. There's no Thrashers anymore.
Right. And they went all the way up
totally
to Winnipeg. I don't want to be a fan of that team. It's not like they're close or even in the same country.
Absolutely not. Well, thank you so much for the deep dive, Trevor. That ultimately concludes our episode.
Several trends remain concerning. None are surprising.
Remember, disappointment is temporary.
Patterns are persistent.
We will reconvene next week at Misery Sports Co.,
where suffering is scalable.